Well, greetings, friend. If you're watching this video, you've either come here from a YouTube video or you're coming here from an email. So I don't need to spend a lot of time introducing myself. You already know who I am. My name is Eden, and I help aspiring beautypreneurs create their first line of natural beauty products for skin or hair. And in this video, I want to share a little bit more detail about what my consult calls entail, so you can figure out whether this is something that is right for you. And if it is right for you, which level of call you should book. Because I know that sometimes you can be like, I don't know if I just do the 90-minute, you know, premium call and I don't upgrade, maybe I won't get all that I need. This will help you understand that you'll get all that you need. And at the end of just the entry level premium call, you can always upgrade to the higher levels, because a bulk of what you will understand will happen on the call. And the documents are just work that I have to do afterwards. So obviously they cost more because it compensates me for my time for sending you these documents or for giving you unlimited, excuse me, email support or whatever the case may be. So let's start with the 90-minute call. Okay, so what does that entail? I usually spend the first 10 to 15 minutes getting a feel for you, what your aspirations are, what it is you desire to create, the kind of look and feel that you want your brand to have. And I ask you a whole bunch of questions. They're very comfortable and they'll be very easy for you to answer, like you'll have each answer at the tip of your head. But what that does, I'm actually working as I'm listening to that, because it's helping me sort of start to build an idea of what your ingredient map should be for your brand, or what kind of style you should have for your brand, and what the look and feel of your brand is, and actually able to see what your brand story is. Because a lot of times people don't understand what their brand story is, but it's much easier for someone looking on the outside to be able to pick your brand story that is going to be the consistent theme of who your brand is, why it's there, and who it's there to serve, because that's going to connect you to the tribe of people that you are cultivating, who will be your loyal supporters, right? Who will in fact build the sales backbone of your brand. So we spend about 10 or 15 minutes doing that. Then after that, I go into ingredient mapping for you. But right before I go into ingredient mapping, um, I help you narrow down what your first 4 products are going to be, right? So we figure out what your first 4 products are going to be based on your brand story, based on who you're serving, and so forth. So once we've done that, I'm able to easily create an ingredient map. And an ingredient map is something that a lot of people have shared with me has really saved them from buying hundreds and hundreds of ingredients and trying them out, or trying to start with like 10 whole new ingredients for each product. It really helps you save money because it creates a coherent theme of ingredients in your line. Like if you're doing all Japanese sort of theme or something, so maybe you would have green tea and matcha and camellia oil and and so forth, and we'd be able to weave those throughout your skincare brand or hair care brand or men's grooming brand or whatever it is you're doing. So having an ingredient map is really important. And it's not just me dictating to you a whole bunch of herbs, right? So what we do is based on the feel of your brand, based on the intention, the purpose, like what is your brand enhancing? What is it healing? What is it solving? I pick about 6 to 8 different botanicals or herbs. And then I pick about 6 to 8 oils. And then I pick about 6 to 8 gentle cosmetic chemicals that bind things together and preserve things properly and naturally, right? And then I assist you based on your own intuition, based on what you're drawn to, based on what speaks to you, narrow down 3 to 4 in each category. and boom, there you have your ingredient map, and you have been involved in it. And so instead of having to research it, I already know what a lot of these things feel like I have 30 of in each category memorized in my head that I can easily just spit out at you. And so in that time, we'll probably spend about 45 minutes to an hour just on that. And then the last 30 minutes, we'll work on a basic formula for your first product, right? And also just look at some websites, quickly look at some websites where you can get all these ingredients, right? And all of this I'm doing on a shared screen. So we start, the first 10, 15 minutes talking just like we are like this. This is a Zoom call that I'm on, right? So talking just like this on a Zoom call. And then at some point, when we start ingredient mapping and so forth, I share my screen just like I'm going to do right here, right? And so in the process of sharing my screen, I will create a document. So I'll create a document, and let's just say your name is Cindy. We'll just call you Cindy. And because some of you are gentlemen watching, I will say Cindy and Jack. We'll just pretend that you're a unit. Your name is Cindy and Jack, so that no one feels excluded. Okay, so that's your roadmap call, and I'll get a feel for your brand story. So when we're doing the brand story, I'll be taking a note. And in college, we were both environmental study majors. We're starting a family. We're into minimalism, right? All the things that I gleaned, and then I'll be taking notes, and all of this will be in there. And then when we get to the first 4 products, we would talk about the first 4 products. And maybe you would say we want multitasking cult categories. And so, maybe it would be like a hair and body wash, full hair and body moisturizer, a deodorant, and I don't know what else, something else, right? And so we'd go through all the different kind of things that you could include. And so maybe there'd be like, maybe, I don't know. So let's just say we just throw out 8 products here, and I'd help you narrow down the first 4 products. And then after that, we do the ingredient map. And then maybe I'd throw out a whole bunch of, different ones. I don't know. I'm just pretending here and putting different ones here. Right? And then I'd help you narrow down what maybe the 4 you should choose are from that list, and we'd go over why I picked those ones particularly for you to start, and what they entail. And so maybe you end up just picking these 4 right here, and then I would elaborate a little bit more for you what each one does in the call and type it up, right? Type it up, because you might just be booking the 149 call, so you might not go further than this. Then we do this with oils, then we do it with essential oils, maybe even fragrance, right? If you're using a natural fragrance. We do gentle cosmetic chemicals that tie everything together so that things aren't separating and going bad in the bottle. Gentle cosmetic chemicals, right? Things like that. So we would go through that. And then after that, we'd look at a few websites together. So let's just say we decide to go, this is the problem with share. So let's just say we decide to go here. I'm just trying to figure out what I can do, like a new tab, yeah. When I have the share up there, it's hard for me to do it. So let's just say we decide to go to New Directions Aromatics, right? And then I would show you maybe some different things that you could do at New Directions Aromatics. We could look at their oils, we could look at their essential oils and so forth. And I'd kind of show you around the website. I'd say this is where you should get your butters and waxes, or this is where you should get your preservatives or whatever. And so on this call, I would also say websites for ingredient categories, and I'd give you a website for each thing, and I'd write it down, right? And then, you know, I might give you, if we have time left, maybe some marketing ideas, and we'd write those down as well, right? So at the end of it, whatever we work on during that document, you receive afterwards within 24 hours. You also receive the recording of this Zoom call, right? So you get the recording. If it's relevant, I will give you an audio and the video. But in some cases, only the video really is relevant, because the audio is not really something you're going to be able to glean information of. But for some people, the audio is important because they play it in their car, they play it before they go to bed, just to keep them inspired and connected to what it is they're trying to create. So it becomes a way of motivating you, because you have my voice there telling you you can do it and showing you exactly how to do it. And you have your own voice in there answering and agreeing. And, you know, so it becomes almost like a sort of a prayer or a law of attraction thing, where you're constantly putting that out, that this is what I want, this is what I'm creating. So you stay in that zone, in that mental space of possibility. So those are, that's what you get for the 149, which is quite a bit, right? So you get whatever I create on the call in recorded form, in written form, and I send it to you within 24 hours. Now, if you choose to do any of the upgrades, those are the ones that involve more time from me. And one incentive for doing the upgrade is, you might decide that, you know what, I want more help than just this call. I want more help implementing the things that were on this call, even though the call itself gave me all the information that I need to move forward. I just want a little bit more help. So the first upgrade is for the $299 package. So you would just pay the difference. So you would have already paid $149. So it's just a matter of sending another $150, and then I will give you all the privileges of the $299 call, because we've already done the call. So you get up to three supporting documents, as well as a full list of vendors that are relevant for your area, wherever you may live in the world. Okay, so that would be, the three documents can be anything of your choosing. It can be a full-on ingredient map. It can be 3 different formulas. It can be, you know, a marketing plan and, you know, 2 formulas, just depending on what you want. Okay, so that's the $299 level. So if you've done the 149 and you decide, oh, I'm going to upgrade to the $299, you could just send me an extra $150. The next level is $499. Now the $499 includes any and all documents that are relevant to that call. So for some people, it ends up being, you know, 4 documents. For other people, it ends up being 10. But whatever kind of thing that we discuss on that call, you get a document for it. So it could be for those first 4 formulas. It could be for marketing ideas. It could be for a full-on shopping list. Now, this is the one that includes the shopping list. Now, the shopping list I do not include at the $299 level because it is very involved. I create a spreadsheet. On that spreadsheet, I divide it by vendor. I've already priced it out for you to the most affordable vendor for each product. And I've already grouped the ingredients together, so you're paying as little shipping as possible. So sometimes, you know, one place may be $2 more per pound than another place, but considering you're getting so many other things from this one place, it just makes sense to get it from this one place because you're paying less for shipping, or you're not dealing with their $20 minimum surcharge if you order under 100, or whatever their rules may be. And I know all their rules because I interact with them regularly, right? So I save you just even the 6 hours of research it takes to create that, never mind the hour and a half that it takes to create that document. You're just saved all of that. You have all the ingredients, you have the amounts, you have the amounts that you should buy by the pound, you have the estimate of what it'll cost you to the penny, right? Including shipping, and you have a link for each. So when you go to the website, you're not hunting around on the website. I actually, if I put, you know, wild crafted shea butter, or if I put, you know, organic gunpowder green tea, I literally have the link to the exact place at the exact, you know, whether it's Amazon or Mountain Rose Herbs or wherever, where you should purchase it. And you're just kind of putting in the quantity and adding it to cart. So, and then after that, I also do a price per ounce, so that when you eventually do your formula, you can figure out really quickly. You're just now knowing that, okay, so I put 0.2 ounces and it's $2 per ounce. So if I just say 0.2 times 2, I'll know how much the green tea or however costs me in this formula. So it becomes very easy to create a pricing structure, because pricing is a whole thing. Like I have a whole course just on pricing because people get so thrown off just on pricing. So that's done for you. So the $4.99 really is the ideal level because it's a way of coaching yourself. I literally give you the framework to coach yourself, right? So that's the $4.99. And then $6.99 is for people who want to go to manufacturing. They actually get 3 hours of call time with me. So half an hour of that is just basically me interviewing them, and then 2.5 hours is a separate call where I do a full-on PowerPoint presentation that they get recorded, of course, with every single step that they need to take in the manufacturing process and the links to the people they need to work with and how to project manage that. So if they wanted to project manage themselves, or if they wanted to hire a project manager to manage that process for them, they would have a detailed blueprint with which to do that. And of course, with that, if you decide to hire me for any aspect of that or for all of it, that's, you know, $6.99 or $700 goes towards that, right? So if you choose to work with me further, whether it be for coaching, whether it be for project management, whatever you've paid for your beauty roadmap call can be applied to that payment, right? So it's a nice way to get a good deal off of that call. So with coaching, you can either do 1 call a month, or you can do 2 calls a month with unlimited support. Oh, I forgot to say that the $2.99 level includes unlimited text, messenger, or email support for 30 days. And the $4.99 level includes unlimited messenger support for 90 days, okay? Because I've given you more stuff, so it's going to take a longer time for you to implement, you know, so that's that. And then coaching, you get, you know, 1 or 2 calls a month, depending on what level you sign up at. And if you've done a beauty roadmap call, you know, it takes money off of that. If you pay for the whole coaching year up front, it also takes off of that. And honestly, I don't really offer coaching as an option to someone who hasn't done a beauty roadmap call, because a beauty roadmap call allows you to understand whether this is a good fit for you, whether you should even invest in coaching, right? Because, you know, to do coaching, I have to draw up a contract. It's a lot of work for both of us. So I would prefer that you were sure before you entered into that kind of arrangement or agreement with me. And you can be really, really excited about where you're putting your investment, right? And yeah, so nobody is surprised by anything, right? And you get a really good feel whether this is in alignment for you or not. So that's the story there. I hope that this brings a little bit more clarity to you. I've put all the links below. I accept payment by Cash App and by PayPal, and you can also use a credit card to use either the Moonclerk link or the Acuity scheduling link, whatever is down there. Your credit card works just fine with that as well. So, and I believe that you can also, I have ways of accepting money from your bank account. If you're overseas, I have Payoneer. So I can always send you my Payoneer ID if it's not down there. All right. So I hope to see you on a call. People have told me these calls are life-changing for them. They're really able to get some clarity about moving forward. And it's a way of working with me and coaching with me that tends to be more affordable for people because they're not doing a 6-month long plan or a year-long plan involving, bigger payments. Not saying that those aren't worth it, but sometimes you have to work within your means, and spending $149 to make sure you spend your first $500 or $700 the right way. I think it's not even, I was going to say in my opinion, but it's not really my opinion. I think it's just common sense and totally clear that that's a really smart way to spend a larger chunk of money, is to get the guidance to make sure that you don't make mistakes with that money, especially if you are concerned about budget. All right. So I hope that clarifies things for you. I hope to see you on a call. And if I can't see you on a call, maybe I will see you on the internet somewhere or in a $9 class or whatever the case may be. But whatever you decide, please keep moving forward. Know that this is possible for you. Know that this is tangible for you. And if you want it, go for it. All right. I support you, whatever you decide. Take good care, and thanks for taking the time to watch this. Bye-bye.